Welcome back to Mr. Graham's Homework Help. You get homework help. Hooray. So you're here, and you're ready to do some homework. Let's get started. If you're on the same page as me, and you should be, that'll take you to page 152. 152, please. Page 152 in your math workbook. And you'll see this little problem right here. Raquel measured milk in a half-cup measuring cup. She filled the cup 5 times and poured each half cup of milk in a bowl. How much milk did Raquel measure into the bowl? So this picture right here represents all the times Raquel measured the same cup. So she took the same cup that's only half and she filled it over and over and over again. And we want to know how many times did Raquel measure, how much milk did Raquel measure into the bowl? And to answer that, let's do it kind of one step at a time by looking at the Explore It on the bottom below. What fraction do you need to add? Well, if you look at the measuring cup and the problem itself, it's pretty obvious. You have to add half. How many times will you add the fraction? Well, that's how many times that there was a cup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it also says 5 times right there, doesn't it? So obviously 5 times. Write an equation that can be used to solve the problem. Well, this is a lot like adding over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that half and we're going to add it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So look, 1 half, 2 half, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half. And what are we doing again? We're adding these things. So let's go ahead and put in a little plus sign. No. Do what I want, computer. You crazy computer. There we go. Put a plus sign in between there. You can probably do this faster than me because I have to do it on a computer. So here we go. Plus sign, plus sign, plus sign. And then an equation should have an equal sign at the end. So now we put an equal sign. Write an equation that can be used to solve this problem. So it's a half cup 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's the total amount of milk in the bowl? Well, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be 5 halves. However, you can't leave it like that. 5 halves? That's weird. Because the top number is bigger than the smaller number. The numerator's bigger than the denominator. So let's go ahead real quick and take a look at one little addition at a time. What is 1 half plus 1 half? 1 half plus 1 half is 2 halves. And you should stop right there. You know why? Because look, the numerator and the denominator are the same thing. How about this right here? 1 half plus 1 half. That's going to be another 2 halves. What does it mean when you've got 2 over 2? What is that fraction really? That fraction is really 1 whole, right? And look, we made another 1 whole. And then we've got 1 little half left over. So think about this. 5 halves, another way to say that, is what? Is a whole, and a half. So that means 2 and 1 half. They're both technically correct. I just think this one is more correct. Let's move on. Explain how you could figure out how many halves are in 3.5? Well, the first thing you should do is decompose. What do I mean by that? Well, I'll show you. First, you should decompose the fraction. Remember I taught you how to decompose? There was a reason for that, because it helps you with more math later. That's the great thing about math, is every bit that you learn helps you with other math, you know? So we've got 3.5, and we want to decompose it. So let's go ahead and decompose the whole part first, the 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1. And then there's a half at the end, right? So there we go. Simple as that, we've decomposed 3.5. Explain how you could figure out how many halves are in 3.5. Well, first we decomposed, and we know there's going to be 1/2, but we need to know how many halves are in these 1 wholes. So we should type that in our answer. Now you should figure out how many halves are in a whole. And how many halves are in a whole? Think about it. Halves is when the denominator has a 2. Right? That's what a half looks like. Don't believe me? You don't believe me? Look, right there. That's a half, isn't it? And what's the denominator? A 2. So a 2 should be on the bottom. But these are wholes, right? So what should the numerator be if we're dealing with wholes? Remember, 1 whole is when the numerator and the denominator is the same number. So if there's a 2 on the bottom, there's also a 2 on the top if we're dealing with 1 whole. So how many halves is that? Well, it's 1/2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many halves, guys? 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 is 5. It's 7. It's 7 halves. So write that at the end. There are 7 halves. Got a little more homework left to do. You know what? Just so I don't feel like I'm on a rush, I'm going to do the next part of homework on a separate video. So don't worry, you're still going to have it. It's just going to be in a different video. But that was the homework for page 152 and 153. And I gave you 4 pages tonight, 154 and 155. And that's going to be in the very next video. So look for that. You have more homework tonight. We're not done yet. Just click on the next video, okay? All right, I'll see you in your next click. All right, bye.